It's CBF Cycle on Thursday, April 3rd, 2025. There's a lot to talk about. There are no systems in the world, no trouble systems in the world right now, but there's a lot to talk about with the Atlantic hurricane season coming up and what has just happened over the past few days. So, just yesterday, the World Meteorological Organization retired the names from 2024. They retired Beryl, the earliest Category 5 on record. Helene, absolutely devastating for western North Carolina and Florida and Georgia. And Milton, devastating for Florida. Their new replacements will be Brianna for Beryl, Holly for Helene, and Miguel for Milton. So in 2030, the hurricane names will be Alberto, Brianna, Chris, Debbie, Ernesto, Francine, Gordon, Holly, Isaac, Joyce, Kirk, Leslie, Miguel, Nadine, Oscar, Patty, Raphael, Sarah, Tony, Valerie, William. They rotate the names every 6 years. So, like this year, 2025, we'll be seeing the same list. We'll be seeing the same list from 2019, except for Dexter, which Hurricane Dorian was retired after 2019 because it was extremely devastating for the Bahamas. So Dexter will be new this year. And this year we have Andrea, Barry, Chantal, Dexter, Aaron, Fernand, Gabrielle, Humberto, Imelda, Jerry, Karen, Lorenzo, Melissa, Nestor, Olga, Pablo, Rebecca, Sebastian, Tanya, Van, and Wendy. And just today, the Colorado State University released their first hurricane forecast, and I'm quite surprised. It is higher than I expected it to be. They are predicting 17 named storms, 9 hurricanes, and 4 major hurricanes. TSR, trouble storm risk. Back in December, they had predicted 15 named storms, 7 hurricanes, and 3 major hurricanes. And back in December, there was pretty high uncertainty. And we've been predicting an average season kind of the whole time until CSU released their forecast today, which is going to be which calls for it being an above average season. I'm pretty surprised by how high they put it. And then my forecast, this is an unofficial forecast. I might change this as we get closer to the season. By the way, the season's only 58 days away. It's going to be here before you know it, so now you should start preparing for it. I'm forecasting 17 named storms, 8 hurricanes, and 3 major hurricanes. And yes, this season is going to be here before you know it, and I think we may even get a May system. A system developed in May. I would not be surprised to see that at all. I want to look at our sea surface temperatures in the Atlantic right now. So we're not looking at today, we're looking at April 10th at 8 p.m. Eastern. And this next week, they're going to start the Caribbean's going to start warming up pretty quickly. They're going to be 86, the water temperatures are going to be 86 by Cuba. So I'm not expecting a system in April, but I think we'll get one in May. Systems in April are rare, and they usually happen like in the subtropical Atlantic, like over here. And then May, the Central American Gyre, which is like a big low pressure system that's like lets off little low pressure systems like over water. That's where Helene and Milton came from. That usually fires up in May, and I'm thinking we'll see our first named storm, Andrea, maybe fire up somewhere in the Caribbean. So I'll be watching for this. And then in the Eastern Pacific, they're also really warm. This is by April 10th at 8 p.m. And then in the Gulf, they're pretty cool. I mean, in the loop current, they're 82 degrees. And then when you get close to the Big Bend area of Florida, they're in the high 60s and low 70s. And then the Bay of Campeche, they're in like 81 to 83. So in the Gulf, they're pretty cool, and then in the Caribbean, they're pretty warm by April 10th. Yesterday, we had a really bad severe weather outbreak. And today, there's just more severe weather happening. So, all the way from Fort Stockton, Texas to New York, There's a 10% hatch risk for tornadoes. It's a very thin area, but also a very long area, all the way from Nashville to maybe about Shreveport, Louisiana. So there's like all the in this severe weather risk. Please share this channel with family, and tell them to subscribe. Or if you live in these areas, subscribe. And even if you don't, just subscribe for future updates if severe weather threatens your area. And also, there's a pretty big hail threat for Little Rock, Memphis, and Jackson, Tennessee, and then also Nashville, Tennessee. And then tomorrow we have another level 4 out of 5 threat. This severe weather has been non-stop since last week, and it's a 15% hatch risk for tornadoes. And yes, Little Rock is in the bullseye again. Little Rock, Arkansas. Though Memphis is kind of out of it this time. Yesterday, the 5 out of 5 there, Memphis was kind of in the bullseye of it. This could still be upgraded to a level 5 out of 5. If we get another 5 out of 5, if we get 2 5 out of 5s in 2 weeks, that would be insane. I don't think that'll happen though, but last time I said that I was proved wrong. But I still don't think that'll happen. Maybe I'm jinxing myself there, but I don't think it'll happen. And then by April 3rd, or not April 3rd, what day is this? What day are we looking at? April 6th, Sunday, there's also a high threat for Shreveport, Louisiana, Greenville, Mississippi, and Alexandria, Louisiana. Anyone in this area, please subscribe. If you have family or friends in this area, tell them to subscribe. And again, if you're not in this area, just subscribe. This severe weather has been non-stop, and I have a very bad gut feeling that May is going to be much worse. And then last night we got a lot of activity. We have a bunch of EF1 and EF2 tornadoes, and then Lake City, Arkansas, that's an EF3 plus preliminary. Selmer, Tennessee, that's also a preliminary EF3 plus, though the National Weather Service surveys have been paused because of ongoing storms. These storms, by the way, are there's a huge high pressure system just blocking these storms from moving. So it's just training and just flooding, and there could be like 15 inches of rain. So this is bad, this flooding. Hold on, I'm just reading the Lake City thing. So the Fox Forecast Center, part of Fox Weather. Love Fox Weather, by the way. No sponsorship needed. It could have exceeded 200 miles an hour. So 200 miles an hour would be EF5. So we could see an EF5 here, but there has not been an EF5 for 12 years. There's still a lot of information. I'm even uncertain. These surveys are just beginning, and also there's going to be more and more severe weather over these next many days, including flooding, which is I expect to be absolutely devastating. Like Memphis, which was already in the level 5 out of 5 threat, is going to experience some intense flooding. So just be safe, guys. I'll give you more updates. I'm uncertain on what's happening in the future. I mean, it's the future. That's hard to predict anyway. But this could get much, much worse. So just be safe. That's it for today, guys. Thanks for watching, and see ya.